The best place to start is at the end, because I can only show you how to do what I've done myself. So let's take a look. So the company is Consulting.com, and we help people start and grow online education businesses. And we make roughly $12 million a year selling online courses, coaching, masterminds, things like that. And we've made as much as $36 million per year before, but that was just too crazy. Too much chaos, too much drama, too many things to do, not enough time, too many people, and I basically had to sell my soul to the content creation machine. I had to keep feeding it. So we've scaled back to this size because it's more sustainable, more profitable, and it's a lot more fun. And it took a long time to find the right balance to make a true 8-figure evergreen information business. Now, you're probably wondering, well, how does that all work? Well, this video is going to show you how. So let's dig into it. This is our team. Say hi, everyone.
Hi.
Now, get back to work. There's 11 of us, based all around the world. These guys sell stuff, this guy manages stuff, this guy looks at data, this guy codes, these guys support our lovely customers, and this guy does accounting. We like to have fun. Sometimes I play Counter-Strike with this guy. This is us eating lunch. We have a school bus, a zebra, and a room filled with balls. That's Mike Kim. He's a nice guy. One of our customers sent him this mug. And that's Brian. One time he climbed Mount Kilimanjaro and pitched our flag on it. We had an office, then this office, and now we're remote because of this thing called COVID. And that's the beauty of this kind of business. You can work remote from anywhere in the world. It's super profitable, you get to work with your friends, and you make an amazing income doing what you love. And you get to help other people, and COVID doesn't affect it. Oh yeah, and these are our customers. We've got 22,000 of them, and they're awesome. This guy teaches gardening, these two teach how to stop watching porn, this guy teaches accounting, and this girl teaches how to find a partner and get freaky. This guy teaches music, this guy teaches house flipping, this girl helps people stop binge eating, and this guy teaches stocks. We love our customers. One time I took some of them on this jet. And another time, somebody sent me these cool socks. But what do we actually do? Well, we've got 3 products. Come, I'll show you them. The first one is Accelerator. It teaches you how to get started and grow to 6 figures by solving a problem for a niche you're passionate about with done-for-you services. It's a 6-week online video course, plus we ship you a box set of training materials like this. There's an online community where you can ask questions, get answers, share knowledge, and celebrate your wins. Like this girl. She just made 100 grand. We do 2 live Q&A calls every week on Zoom. And that's Accelerator. You get all this stuff for $1,999. The second one is Uplevel. It teaches you how to go from done-for-you services, one-on-one coaching and agency work, to online courses at the 7-figure level. It's a 9-week online video course with a higher level of service and help from us personally. There's an online community full of talented people making lots of money, and you can find an accountability partner to help you through the journey. Like this guy. His accountability partner was so awesome, they decided to get married. We do 2 live Q&A calls every week on Zoom for that one too. Oh yeah, and people organize meetups all around the world. Here's one they did in New York. Nice people, nice food, looks like fun. So yeah, that's Uplevel. You get all this stuff for $5,800. And the third one is Quantum. It teaches you how to scale your online education business to 8 figures with a team and stuff like that. We do 4 live events every year, and 2 are in person, and 2 are virtual. And hey, what's that? Well, that's a dinosaur riding a motorcycle. Oh yeah, we record all of our events so that you can watch them online, like Netflix. And there's an online community full of amazing people who are masters in their space. We do 1 live Q&A call every week on Zoom where I help people personally. And yeah, that's Quantum. You get all of this stuff for 36 grand a year. It's an annual thing. So those are the 3 products that we sell here. Some people think of them as courses, but I think of them as worlds. Anyway, our sales breakdown looks like this. We sell roughly 140 units of Accelerator, 90 of UpLevel, and 6 of Quantum each month. And that comes to just over $1 million a month in revenue. Our cost structure is pretty lean, so our expenses are about 50% of revenue when things are tuned nicely. So that leaves about $500K in net profit each month, which comes to about $6.2 million each year net. Not bad. For fun, I hang out with my wife. She likes food, and I like her. We like trees, and cactuses, and cats. We got married on top of a mountain. But my first true love was a computer. I love computers. Anyway, back to business. So this is consulting.com. It makes money selling courses on the internet. And this is what I've built, this is what I've done, and this is what I can show you how to do because I've actually done it. Now, this didn't happen overnight. It evolved gradually over time in stages. So let's break down those key stages of evolution right now. So the first stage is in the flesh. And this is where you're doing the services yourself. And this is the best place to start because you actually need to learn the skill. And the only way to do that is to do it, to actually practice. And this stage is typically from 0 to 100 grand or a few hundred grand a year. The second stage is the machine. And this is where you transition from done-for-you services to courses and coaching. And this is where you're transitioning from learning the skill to teaching the skill. And because you're decoupling yourself from your own time, you're able to scale quite a lot. So you're typically able to scale from about 100 grand a year to 100 grand a month and hit that 7-figure level. And the third stage is machine plus team. And this is basically courses at scale. And it's typically more than one of them. So it's kind of like you're building your own school. You've got a team that's helping you. You've got different customers in different courses, and there's different levels. And this enables you to go from about 100 grand a month to about $1 million a month and hit that 8-figure level. Now, different things are important at different stages. And we're going to focus on stage 2 today. And specifically, the purpose of this video is to show you how to evolve from in the flesh to the machine. And to do that, there's 6 major shifts that you need to make in your life and business. So let's dig into them right now. The first one is Frankenstein to fun. So here's the problem. You keep adding things to your business over time. Pretty normal. But when you do that, it becomes a Frankenstein that ends up controlling you. And you get pulled in different directions and you fall out of love with it. And it's no longer a joy. And when that happens, everything suffers. Because your experience into your business is your customers' experience out of your business when they use your services or your products. So when you fall out of love with your business and you lose the joy, everything suffers. Your health, your emotions, and your relationships with your customers and their experiences, and that affects your results. So it's not a good situation. And Apple became a Frankenstein once. It grew bloated, lost, it even fired Steve. And it got to the point where it only had 30 days of cash left in the bank. And when this happened, they called Steve Jobs back in, and the first thing he did was slash 80% of the product line. And he got rid of about 80% of everything that Apple was doing. He got rid of most of what they were doing. And he basically returned Apple back to its core business. And when he did this, he turned the company around, got it out of this dire situation, and grew it to become the most valuable company of all time, which is currently valued at $2 trillion. And that's the solution, to weed your garden. And what I mean by this is when you start your business, it's like you're planting a seed, right? And you're nurturing the seed into this plant. But if you're not careful, weeds enter the garden. And if the weeds grow big enough, you start to mistake the weeds for the plant itself, and you lose the plant, right? So you've got to take some time to look at your business objectively, and you want to ask yourself, what's the main thing? And then ruthlessly cut the bloat and complexity, and regain focus and tap back into the joy that you had when you got started. Alex Becker used to have a Frankenstein business. He started working with me, and then he sold all of his stuff and went full monk. It's working. Dan Henry used to have lots of products and complexity in his business. Now he has one product and throws porno parties like this. The second one is services to products. So here's the problem. Services don't scale. And it's because they've got a one-to-one relationship with human time. It's just math. And when you try to scale with services, you get burnt out and you let your clients down because you're trying to cheat the clock. And if you try to turn it into an agency and try to solve the time problem by just adding more bodies, your profit margins are going to disappear and complexity is going to increase exponentially. And you're going to weave yourself a mess. And I used to have this problem. I used to sell websites to local businesses, and I would do the done-for-you services myself. And then I tried scaling by adding more clients. But I kept running out of time. So I tried to beat the clock by building an agency, and obviously things got really complicated. And my profit margins disappeared and everything went to hell. So I transitioned from services to products. And when I made that shift, everything changed in my business. And I was finally able to decouple my business from time. And that's the solution, to productize your services. And to do this, you need to find the mastery patterns in your services. And this is why it's crucial to start with done-for-you services in the flesh by doing it yourself. Because when you do something a lot, when you do it again and again and again, you get good at it. And what mastery really is it's learning these little patterns and things that you get to repeat. And once you've found those mastery patterns, then you know you're ready to create a course. And when you do that, you can teach other people how to do it yourselves, how to do it themselves. And you can scale your mastery in product form. So instead of you doing the work, you're putting your mastery in a video training and you're delivering it that way. And you're finally able to decouple your business from human time. Taylor Welch and Chris Evans from Traffic and Funnels started working with me when they were burnt out making 27 grand a month with their agency. I showed them how to transition to courses and now they make 8 figures. Brittany Brown used to get burnt out helping people one-on-one. Now she makes 200 grand a month with courses. Look at her smile. The third one is labor to systems. So here's the problem. Operations, when done by hand, just don't scale because they've got a one-to-one relationship with human time again. And customer acquisition hits a limit. Customer acquisition is one of the main operations in your business. It's a crucial one. And when it's done manually by hand, like cold calling or prospecting manually, then it reaches a limit and a ceiling. And customer support starts to hog all of your time. As you get more customers, if you don't have some systems in place, customer support and customer acquisition will be the only things that you get to do. And you're going to have no time and a lot of mess because complexity will increase exponentially. And in the 1900s, cars were made bespoke by hand. And it took 4 months to build a car from start to finish, and it cost a whole lot of money. Every car was customized and unique. Henry Ford saw things differently. He tried to streamline production by inventing the production line, and Ford was able to produce Model Ts in 5 hours flat. And Ford became the most valuable company of all time back at that time. And they were able to produce more cars than any other company in history and basically provide a car for most humans on Earth. And that's the solution. It's to systemize and automate your key operations. And to do that, you want to identify the recurring tasks and cycles in your business. And then you want to systemize the core operations like customer acquisition, and you want to systemize your customer support. These are the two crucial ones. You'll never be able to scale unless you get solid systems in place for these two functions. And when you do that, you'll finally be able to decouple your operations from human time, and you'll be able to scale to the levels that you want to go. Danielle Leslie started working with me when she was doing everything manually. Now she's automated things and makes $800,000 a month. Dan Bolton went from doing ads for people to teaching them how to do their own ads, and now he makes $100,000 a month. I met him recently and we picked up his new Tesla. Nice. The fourth one is doing to delegating. So here's the problem. Some tasks just can't be automated, and you can't do all of them yourself. And there's no prizes for being a one-man band like this guy. You must delegate instead of do. And when you do that, you'll finally unlock the power of other people. And I used to do everything myself. I made this problem. I made this mistake. And I refused to hire people or delegate. And I tried to automate everything, even things that were silly to try and automate. And I hit a limit, obviously, got stressed, fat, and unhealthy, like in this picture. And then one day, I finally let go of the control and hired Jesse Clark, who's the current general manager at Consulting.com. And when I did that, our business growth exploded, and things became a lot more fun, because Jesse could manage a lot of the day-to-day, which freed me up to focus on building products and thinking about the future vision of our company. And that's the solution, to hire a generalist and to hire one quick. And you want to start by delegating the easiest tasks to them first. And then you want to get them to shadow you so that they can learn. You don't need to get all hung up on creating training and protocols and SOPs and all that crap that people do. You just hire a generalist who wants to learn a lot of stuff, get them over to your house and get them to watch you do what you do, because you already know how to do it. And then when they're watching you, they learn quickly, and you start giving them the easy stuff, then you give them more, and before you know it, they're running the whole thing. And you've freed up your time to build new products and think about the future. Because teamwork makes the dream work. You can't do it all by yourself. Nick Cosman started working with me when people delegated to him. Now he delegates to people and makes enough money to buy these fancy socks. Tim Sanders went from $50,000 a month selling courses himself to $700,000 a month selling courses with a team of awesome people that he loves working with every day. The fifth one is chaos to control. So the problem is, emotions make us change things that we shouldn't. And impulsive changes lead to chaotic results. And chaotic results validate our initial panic, which leads to escalated panic, like a snake eating its own tail. And managing our emotions in business these days with the social media echo chamber that we've got, and the internet, and these smartphones, it's a real job. It's a real challenge. We weren't really equipped for this kind of stuff. And if we're not careful, if we don't have some systems and controls in place, we can end up falling victim to these sorts of things and change things, and our business quickly becomes a mess. And I used to make emotional decisions. I used to see a competitor do something, or I'd read a negative comment on one of my ads or something, and then I'd make a dramatic change to my business just on impulse, which obviously resulted in chaotic results, which resulted in even more panic. And it was just like a snake eating its own tail. Then one day I decided to quit social media and just look at the data instead and make decisions off of that. And my business and emotions have never been better or more stable. I was able to get more profit out of my business by actually doing less, more free time, and my emotions and energy and health is a lot better. And everything's a lot more consistent, predictable, and stable. And that's the solution, to make calm, rational decisions with data, which is easier said than done. And one of the keys to this is to ditch social media, apps, and echo chambers, and use tracking sheets for monitoring the core systems in your business. So we have a tracking sheet for our customer acquisition and our customer support and our income and expenses. Those are the 3 core systems in our business, and we look at those 3 spreadsheets more than anything else. We don't just look at the echo chamber on our smartphones. We don't look at social media. If we did that, it would be chaos. We look at the data. And when you look at the data over time and you're able to remain calm, you start to learn the relationships between input and output and action and result. And when you learn these relationships, you learn what things to change to get different outcomes. And the key is to change one thing at a time and optimize slowly. It's the only way that you actually know the outcome of the actions that you're taking, which is key if you want to grow with sanity in business. Mark Blundell used to run his business based on his mood and the unfolding events of the day. Now he looks at a tracking sheet and gets to spend more time with his family, as well as make more money. Same with Jace Young. His business used to be chaotic. Now it isn't, because he looks at data. And the 6th one is moaning to mentor. So the problem is, doing something for the first time is hard. You make lots of mistakes, and mistakes cost you time, energy, and money. And this grinds on your emotions and self-belief, and sometimes it's just a bit too much to handle. In the 1600s, there was no such thing as physics, gravity, or calculus. People believed that men in sky pushed the planets around with their fingers. And then Newton invented physics, gravity, and calculus, and basically, he invented the modern world. And when people asked him, "Hey, how did you do this?" he said, "If I have seen further than others, it is by standing on the shoulders of giants." And genius output always has genius input. The world's smartest people, the world's geniuses, the people that have grown the biggest companies and made the biggest breakthroughs, they didn't do it by themselves. Genius just doesn't come out of thin air. It comes from other geniuses and other people who are great at what they do. And the best always learn from the best. They have mentors. And that's the solution. You want to think who, not how. You want to find a mentor who's where you want to go. And then you want to learn from their experience. And you want to dodge the big mistakes and the pains and get where you want to go faster. Eno Ecker found inspiration from me, and now she gives inspiration to others. She makes 20 grand a month in the data science niche. And this guy, Andrew Argue, I started mentoring him when he was sleeping on a couch, and now he makes millions a month. Now, at this point, you basically have 2 options. The first one is you can go at it alone. You can try to do all of this stuff yourself. It'll be slower. It'll be full of mistakes, expensive, and painful. Because that's just how things go when you do something for the first time. Or, option 2 is we can go at this together. It'll be a lot faster. You'll make a lot less mistakes. And it will be significantly cheaper. And a whole lot more fun. Guaranteed. Because we've done this. So we know the pitfalls to watch out for, and we know the things to do. We basically have the shortcut. Now, if you're smart and you go with option number 2 and decide to work with us, here's what you're in for in terms of action, results, and speed. So in week 1, we'll get your niche defined, your message sharpened, your high ticket offer defined, and ready to go. By week 2, we'll have your sales method defined, and we'll actually have you talking to your market and closing your first few sales. By week 3, you'll be building version 1 of your course live as you continue to sell more people in. We actually get you to sell it before you build it in order to validate that this is what the market really wants. And by week 4, you'll be systemizing your client acquisition with a funnel and some ads and some tracking, and we'll show you how to set all of that stuff up. And then by week 5, you'll be able to open up the faucet and start letting the volume flow through and start scaling up. So, if this sounds like you, and you want to transition from in the flesh to the machine and grow your business to 100 grand a month quickly with my team's personal help, then let's talk. Over the next 5 days, my team has set aside some time to talk to you and see if we can help. We'll have a 45-minute call over Zoom with video or a classic phone call, up to you. And we'll start by diagnosing your current situation. And then we'll see if our model will work for you. Sometimes it will, sometimes it won't. We'll be totally honest about that. And then we'll map out an action plan to take you to 100 grand a month quickly. And this will be the most valuable 45 minutes you invest in your business this year. Now, who is this for? Well, it's for coaches, consultants, authors, and experts who are currently in business and making some sales. It's for people who sell info products, one-on-one or group coaching, consulting, live events, or done few services or agencies. And it's for people who know they're good at what they do and believe they can add value to their marketplace. People who truly love helping others and value results above everything else. And people that understand that they need to have some skin in the game. So, if this sounds like you, and you want to grow your business to 100 grand a month or more by evolving from in the flesh and done for you and one-on-one services or agency work to the machine where you get to leverage products instead of your own time, then go to consulting.com/apply right now, or click the button beneath this video, and you'll be taken to a page where you can schedule a time with my team. And we'll get on a call in the next few days, and we'll talk, and we'll see if what we've got is a good fit for you. And if it is, we can work together. If it's not, no hard feelings. You will have still got a 45-minute call with my team where we've mapped out a specific action plan to get your business to 100 grand a month quickly. So, like I said, this will be the best 45 minutes you invest in your business this year. So go to consulting.com/apply, or click the button beneath this video right now, and let's talk. What are you waiting for? Do it.